Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we have the second and final sneak peek for the upcoming Multiverse of Madness update. So let's check out the sneak peek. It's one of the characters we mentioned in yesterday's first sneak peek video that we really expected to be getting something, because Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and America Chavez are already tier 3 or Transcended, so they can just be getting new uniforms unless there's some new system, new tier 4 sort of upgrade coming out. And now we know it's Wong, baby! Benedict Wong, the actor playing the character Wong, who is once Sorcerer Supreme and also, you know, the trusted confidant and sort of right-hand man of our Benedict Cumberbatch, Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. Wong has long time been long overdue for an upgrade since basically his arrival, right? When he came out in 2016, he wasn't a very good character. To this day, he's still used on some very low-level Alliance Conquest type deals because of his physical immunity leadership. That's sort of the same as Cull Obsidian's, which is not bad. But besides that, he's basically, you know, as close to useless as you can get, right? Speed character, low animation, like low hit count on the animations, low attack speed, all that stuff. And so, yeah, he's been basically relegated to the shelf. But check this out. Not only is Wong getting a brand new uniform with a pretty cool book, but if you look right over there, it's a very, very sneaky tier 3. Look at that. I missed it. I actually had to be tagged on Twitter by someone who actually referred to him as Wang accidentally. There's a T right there, and then there's a 3 right there. So yeah, not only is Wong, this is crazy, dude. Not only is Wong getting a new uniform, but he's the tier 3. So I'm very, very happy for Wong. Just to talk a little bit more about his skills, I just want to show you guys like just how bad things were. Well, not how bad, just how different things were 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, right? 5.5 years ago in October of 2016 when this dude came out. Now, he looks really cool. He's got a staff and he's got a scimitar and he runs really fast. His base movement speed is quite nice, but look at this. You can literally count the number of hits. This skill has 3 hits, right? What about this skill? Whoa, it's got like 5 hits. So, oh, excuse me, 4. Like this was literally, this skill has 0 hits. Now it's pretty cool. He's like taunting you. He's like, come. It's pretty cool, and he gets 5 seconds of immunity. Like, it's pretty useful for low-level Shadowland, but that's literally all he could do, right? How many hits here? Whoa, a whopping 4 hits. So some of your favorite characters nowadays have like 50 hits on one skill. That's more hits than Wong has on his entire kit if you do it 2 or 3 times. Because I think if you add it all up, how many hits does this one have? Oh, he's zipping around. Anyways, you kind of get the point. You get the point here. Really, really basic by today's standards. This is unacceptable, unexcusable. I don't even have his skills leveled, and it's also no surprise that none of his skills besides his 3rd skill have any meaningful effects. Like, he does have a stun for 3 seconds on Mystic Wave, but seriously, like, no, like, not a single buff, right? What's his passive? Whoa, he increases his speed by 8%. It's bad. It's bad. You know what? Actually, his tier 2 passive is pretty good by today's standards. 40% crit damage, 15% guaranteed dodge, and 30% guaranteed crit rate. That's actually pretty good. I think that's what the devs thought in 2016 would really carry this character, but they failed to realize that having you know, 1 hit per second or whatever, like, it just is extremely slow, extremely low, and that. And he also has this weird cooldown buff effect on his uniform. My hair's all wild this morning. Where he has a chance when he's critting, which makes sense with the guaranteed crit, to apply a skill cooldown bonus. The thing is that skill cooldown is capped at 50%, so it doesn't do anything when you're already capped. I would love to see them sort of take that idea that they had on his uniform, but make it more like Doctor Strange's, where he has a skill reset, because that is more like tapping into the mystic arts to get a refresh to be able to spam a move, which is exactly what Doctor Strange does with his 5th skill when he uses the Eye of Agamotto and he becomes a Sorcerer Supreme to spam all of his abilities and become a spam god, basically. So hopefully we see a good balance. That's the other thing too, because if we go over back to the forums, we see that they said this here. The master of both mystic and martial arts has returned with new powers. New powers is the tier 3 hint. The new Sorcerer Supreme. So hopefully right? Hopefully we will see Wong not only have a few skills that do martial arts type damage, like, you know, more like physical in your face, kicking and punching, hitting with objects, whatever, hitting with weapons, but also mystical abilities, because really on his kit right now, he only has that one mystical ability where he sort of taunts you and he puts up that immunity. I would sort of like that skill to remain with extra buffs and such, but yeah, I hope they strike a better balance now between Mystic and Martial. But the even more interesting thing here is that this is it. This is it for part 1, at least, of the Multiverse of Madness update. Will this superhero be able to protect the order of the multiverse? We will announce the details through the update details to come. So yeah, my theory, my speculation that this update might be a little bit smaller because they don't want to, well, because they can't spoil anything and they don't want to use up all of their cards, like play all of their cards and then not have anything for May after the movie is out, when they can actually release sort of spoiler stuff from the movie. They're sort of backloading it instead of front loading it. So for some people, this might seem like a small anniversary, and yeah, definitely compared to last year's anniversary where we got, you know, new uniforms for all of the Fantastic Four. We got a new uniform for Iron Man. We got a new uniform for Professor X. Like, so it was 6 new uniforms. Plus we had Mephisto being unlockable as a character, I believe. Like, there was a lot going on last year at the anniversary, but that was because there was no MCU content. Now with the MCU content, Netmarble is sort of at the beck and call of the Marvel executives, and they don't want spoilers. So we sort of have to accept the drip feed as things slowly get added to the game. But I do think that in time, right? I think by this time next month, we will be like, yo, Multiverse of Madness Part 2, new uniform, new character, new this, new that, whatever. Hopefully the updates do get a little bit bigger now that we're back in the mix of the MCU related stuff, because yeah, the updates for the first quarter of this year, the first 3 months of this year, have been kind of small and kind of underwhelming. Not totally underwhelming, but kind of underwhelming. The last thing here is, the second last thing. We talked about Wong's skills, but I have absolutely no idea what Wong's skills are going to look like based on the trailer, because you don't see, no offense Wong, but you don't see him doing anything. You just see him yelling at Doctor Strange at various points in time. So unless he has a yelling skill where he's like, Strange, don't do that. I don't know why he sounds like that, but he does. You know, if it's not for that, I really don't know. You know, they really have nothing to pull from the trailers. Maybe something from some of the other trailers. Honestly, I haven't seen absolutely every piece of promotional content for Multiverse of Madness, but I really don't think we've seen Wong do anything in the movie, like fighting wise. We've seen him talking and yelling and almost falling, hanging off a cliff, but hanging off a cliff is not a skill effect as far as I know. Last but not least, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Last but not least, we have another speed type. So this is the first time we get back, well, not the first time. This is the second time, or maybe the third time we get back to back speed tier 3s. And that puts a huge pressure, that puts a huge, you know, toll on your speed books, and you basically have to be farming Quicksilver and Corvus like crazy if you're not farming World Boss Legend and getting lucky there. Because we had Hawkeye, then we had Gwenpool, and then we had Wong. It's nice for people who had to skip Gwenpool because of the premium uniform. Now they have an option here, but it's also a little bit of an ouchie because we were hoping to see this guy tier 3. So yeah. Also, there's also the possibility that this is going to be the first update in how long where we don't see any Transcended characters. I still think they're going to slide some Transcended characters in here. Perhaps they'll give Mordo a Transcendence early without a uniform, and then they'll bring the uniform in later when they can sort of drop the spoilers on what, you know, role his character plays in the movie. I'm guessing that that's what Marvel wants, and that's why we're not seeing Mordo early. Wong probably doesn't play that pivotal of a role, or at least the look of the character doesn't play that pivotal of a role, visually speaking, spoiler-wise. But perhaps the one uniform that they want to do for Mordo is going to reveal spoilers, and that's why we don't see Mordo at all in this one. I don't know, maybe it's just too much work. I have no idea. We're just gonna have to wait and see, basically. We're still hoping for more content upgrades. That's usually what the bigger anniversary updates lead to. Like I said, last year we had some really good stuff. I believe last year at the anniversary they introduced Dispatch, or maybe they introduced something else before Dispatch. I can't exactly remember, but yeah. So hopefully we see like a new GBR, or I don't know, anything else. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you are hoping to see from this, and let me know what you think of this revelation. Wong, after 5.5 years, getting a rework, getting a brand new uniform, and getting a tier 3. This is pretty out of left field, but it doesn't actually matter that much. I've seen some people, just to touch on this quickly, I've seen some people worried or upset that Wong is getting a tier 3 when there are stronger or better characters that could get a tier 3. And I think a few years ago that logic made sense. Tier 3 characters were a lot stronger than Transcended characters, especially when Transcended characters first came out. But since then, a lot of the best characters are Transcended. Like, we just got Electro, who's an amazing Transcended character. The Black Order, right? All of them are, like, I would argue that the 3 Transcended members of the Black Order are better than Ebony and Proxima, who got tier 3. We have Beta Ray Bill, we have Betsy Psylocke. You know, we have quite a lot of strong Transcended characters. Moon Knight is still pretty good. Human Torch, Valkyrie, Sif, the 3 from, or the 4 from, but really the 3 from the Eternals, right? Cersei is still amazing. Makari is top 5 easily. And then Gilgamesh is not bad either. So there's a lot of good Transcended characters. So I don't really think it matters too much anymore. And to be honest, a lot of Transcended characters actually end up being better for certain content because they can, you know, walk in and pop off that 6th skill right away. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about tier 3 versus Transcended. I would just be worried about your speed books. That's really what's being under assault right now. But yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Wong tier 3. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.